Hey everybody, what's up? What's going on? And today I want to talk about, the age-old question of what would you do with $1 million? Now, everybody, of course, has thought about this in different stages of their life, and I think that's actually really interesting to think about what you would want, what you want with basically unlimited money. Not unlimited, but like you don't have like a budget to worry about. Like what's something that you want? And it's usually, I think it's funny how it changes over the years, and not funny, but interesting. I think it's interesting how it changes over the years and how when you're young the things are incredibly stupid and you don't even realize that there are better things to that the money can buy, and there are more important things and stuff like that. And it's just funny how the answers change when you get older. And like if you're being honest with yourself, and if you're just kind of going through the motions. So I got a little bit bored today thinking, I'll be honest. I don't know. It was, one of the questions that came into my mind, like, okay, well, what would I do with $1 million right now? And I think I have it figured out. I think I have it figured out. Excuse me. Excuse me. Number one, the first thing I'm going to do is buy a house. And my house budget is going to be $500,000. And this is important because it's going to be like an adult house. It's not going to be just a house for me to live in temporarily. It's not going to be a house that I'm going to be living in, like, oh, this is just my first house. This is going to be the house that I'm going to be living in. The plan, if I were to be giving money right, if I were to be given $1 million right now, that would be the house that I plan on spending, my life in, unless, that's my plan. That's a forever house kind of. And so I'm $500,000 is about the budget, and I'd be willing to spend more money depending on the location. I just know what $500,000 can buy in my area, and so if I obviously in a place like Los Angeles or something, or New York, obviously my property value would go much down. But I would really do a lot of research on which places is a good place to live in for long term. What has the amenities near me that I like and things like that. I would do a lot of research, and I would end up buying a house, a nice adult house in the region, and just pay for it in cash. Have a house to never have to worry about that. Imagine that taken care of in your life. You just never have to worry about housing. You will always have a house. I mean, that feels almost unfathomable. Like the true emotion that I would have to that is just unfathomable, because it's so preposterous that would be able to happen to me. So that's step number one. So I got half the money left. I got $500,000 left. The rest of it, the next thing I'm going to do is set aside money to pay for the rest of my college, and that's going to be like $20,000 to $30,000. I'm assuming. I'm estimating. I always want to, in this thing, I'm leaving room, so to say, for the price. If it might cost a little bit less, but I'd rather be overestimate than underestimate. So that's how much I would set aside to finish paying for my college. And the thing about $1 million is it is very life changing. Except the difference is it's not permanently life changing. It's not I'll never have to work again. You give me 300 million, and I'll never have to work a day, another day of my life. But if you give me $1 million, you've given me a big head start. You haven't. It's not. My life is now. It's not changed forever, but I've been given such a big head start, and so the college degree will probably be important to me at some point in time, even with given $1 million right now. Excuse me again. So I have $475,000 left. And the next thing I needed to do, the third thing I need to do is, my parents definitely deserve some of this money. They raised me, they gave birth to me, they've given me everything I have. And so parents, they get a cut as well. So I'm definitely going to give my parents some money. And I've been thinking, like, is $100,000 worth, they've obviously, in my lifetime, not obviously, but I mean, I don't know the statistics, and it's maybe because I'm not a real adult yet, but I don't know how much a child costs. I'm not obviously ever going to be able to repay them for everything, and so I just wonder, would $100,000 in my parents' life currently be enough to change it for the rest of their life, so to say? Would it at least give them, the opportunity to a better retirement or something. I just think that that would be a, mandatory minimum, so to say, because they definitely deserve it. Now, the interesting part is I'm gonna set aside money to blow. I think a lot of people, when they come into these lump sums, it's like if you look at lottery winners, they blow all of the money, and then they're in a worse situation than they were before winning the lottery. And so I'm gonna set aside a budget to have just to like blow, so to say. Maybe I go to Vegas, have a vacation, or I buy a car, just just money to blow. I was gonna say blow money, but then I realized it's not all gonna go to cocaine. And so, $50,000 to blow is a lot of money to blow. And I think it also, good thing is like about that is setting a cap. The most important thing I think I did there would be setting the cap. Like once this money's gone, you got to stop blowing the money. And so after I've blown, my $50,000, I'll have $325,000 left. And with what I'm going to do with that, I thought about a lot of things. I thought about buying property somewhere in in a smaller city. Obviously, I don't think I would be able to do something like in Los Angeles or New York or something like that. But buy in a decent sized city, open up like a comedy club. That was something that came into my mind. That I think that would be really cool. I think another option, there's a lot of classic options, but really what I'm thinking about is I want to I want to make a movie. I want to start. That's what I want to do. I want to hire the staff, get the equipment, book all the travel stuff like that, and just have enough money to pay people, and then make a movie. And I thought a lot about what I wanted this first movie to be, and I thought a lot about the different scenarios in my mind in which the different stories that I would think about telling. And I think the smartest thing that I could do would be to inquire the help of someone else. I would go, have someone else be, I would just kind of be somewhat of a producer, so to say. I would have the role of, providing the money and things like that, and having, some input of what goes on and whatnot. But at the same time, it would be a great learning experience for me to go up to, already a well-known established director or something like that, and imagine being able to be like, hey, I'll produce, a really low budget movie. The hole in my plan here is I don't know one director. I can't think of one director in Hollywood or anything like that would want to, have a $300,000 budget to work their movie from. So maybe I couldn't get someone, but the point is, I would be able to get some director. I would get some director to be able to do a film for $300,000, and I would learn a lot. And I think, and if I couldn't get anyone that was, that I felt like wasn't gonna be able to teach me enough, maybe go at it on my own. Maybe have, a $300,000 movie to kind of mess up, to learn all my mistakes or something like that. I just think that that's kind of what I would do. I like my answer of making that first movie because it's something I want to do, and it also I think it's something everybody wants to kind of blow their money, and I think it's something that's kind of blowing it, but at the same time responsibly blowing it. But thank you guys for watching. What would you guys do for $1 million? See you later.